This next story is just downright creepy. A couple in Houston, Texas left terrified after hearing a strange man cursing from their 2-year-old daughter's bedroom. When they ran in to see who had broken in, they discovered the creepy voice was coming from her baby monitor. A hacker had taken over the device and began shouting at her parents and even calling the child by name, using curse words too. Our next guest says everyday devices in your household could wind up with the same fate. Joining me now, privacy expert John Cilio, CEO of Cilio.com. John, welcome back. This is such a crazy story and really upsetting. I mean, what this guy was saying, we're not repeating it because it's gross. Why would he do this?
Yeah, you know, it is creepy. It reminds me of that movie When a Stranger Calls, but this time they're telling the babysitter that the video feed's coming from within the house. They do it because they can, because it's a challenge. They do it because they love the thrill of control, and sometimes they do it because they're just plain sick.
Well, how easy is it to do that? It makes me think that anybody could just hack into one of these baby monitors.
You know, it's probably an apt cliche to say that it's like taking candy from a baby. I mean, if you haven't taken the steps, just like with any device, if you haven't taken the steps to protect that device, it's as easy as hacking into anything else.
Well, and that brings up the point. There are other, what you would consider a very personal device that could get hacked into. Heart monitors, implants of all sorts, all these things are connected to the web, so you're always at risk of someone hacking in. What other things might they hack into?
Yeah, it's really kind of disturbing that, you know, if it's digital, it's hackable. So we've seen, like you say, pacemakers turned off. We've seen blood pumps that have been sabotaged. We've even seen brakes applied inside of a car that's moving by somebody totally remotely. And in many cases, the victims never know how this is happening.
So are they doing it for fun, or do they get something out of this? I mean, you know, you could target someone. There's a TV show right now where the president supposedly is targeted. I mean, how far off are we from that?
You know, no, it's a lot of times it's a joyride, but there are more and more cases now where they're trying to go in and get data, whether it's on where your child is in the house, which they're doing now with, you know, with cell phones and GPS devices, and even photos that came out yesterday that show where in the house the kid is. Yeah, they're using this information for really horrible things in many cases.
Well, let's get down to it. How do I protect myself? How do I make sure that the next voice coming over the baby monitor isn't some jerk who's trying to scare the heck out of me?
Yeah, well, the good news is it's the same thing you do to protect your other devices, your iPhones, your iPads, your laptops. Number one, you got to make sure you're buying a high-quality device, digital device, not an analog device. And then you need to go in and you need to update the software immediately to it. You need to change the default passwords so that they're long, they're strong, they're device-specific. Don't share them across multiple devices.
Great stuff, John Cilio. I'm so disturbed by this story, but thankfully you have some tips to help us out. Thanks so much for your time tonight. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Always a pleasure. Thanks.